question 1, we have to write the numbers in the 10 to the power of 4 in numbers in also in words. What number it will be is the 10 to the power of 4. 10 to the power of 4, yes, it will be 10,000. Do not put a point on it, just write it as 10,000. If you get confused to separate to read, if there are so many zeros, you can keep a space for each 3 digit. So later on it will be easier for you to read, because if you write it as like this, we will read it as 10.00, not 10,000. So do not put a point on it, you can put a space on it. Okay, in a words, what number it will be, how many it will be for this number 1 with 40, we call it as what number, yeah? Maybe I need to call you one by one to make you speak. Maybe Agatha, can you tell me the answer in the question 1b? What number is it? Agatha, are you there? Oh yeah, I could not hear you. Oh yeah, correct, it will be 10,000. Anyone have any confusion at question 1? No? Okay, continue to the question 2. We have 100 million. We need to make it into 10 to the power of something. 10 to the power of how many it will be? Maybe I need to talk to Karina. Can you tell me? Oops, sorry. I already write the answer. Sorry, by mistake. Yeah, the answer for the question 2, it will be 10 to the power of 8. Why is it 10 to the power of 8? Because there are 8 zeros. This is 3 zeros, 3 zeros, and in here it will be 2 zeros. In total, it will be 8 zeros. That's why it will be 10 to the power of 8, not 10 to the power of 9. I will continue to the question 3. For the question 3a, what number it will be? Anyone, feel free to tell me through the chat box, or maybe you can unmute yourself. Okay, I have to answer now. Someone told me it will be 41, 4.1 or 410. Which one is it? This is multiplication. When it is a multiplication, it means we do normally 41 divided by 10. The final answer, it will be equals to 4.1. It will be different if division. Later on, we can change it into a multiplication by 10. But when it is a multiplication, the 0.1, we make it as divided by 10. Now for the question B, we have 23 times 0.01. Yes, thank you for those already typed it through the chat box. It will be 0.23. For the question C, 7.2 divided by 0.1. Yes, correct. It will be 72. Because in here, when it is division, we can write it as 7.2 times 10. We can change it. When it is division, we can change it into multiplication. For the question A, when it is division, when any number is multiplied by 0.1, when we multiply the number by 0.1, it is the same thing as we divide the number by 10. If we have any number and it's need to multiply by 0.1, so it will be the same thing as we divide the number by 100. So later on, if you have any number divided by 0.1, it will be the same thing as you multiply the number by 10. If later on you divide the number by 0.01, it will be the same thing as you multiply the number by 100. If you still do not understand how to get it, maybe you need to change the number into a fraction. So it will be easier. 0.1, it means 1 per 10. So later on, we will have 41 times 1 per 10. So we will read it as 41 divided by 10. And then for the question B, we have 23 times 0.01. So it will be the same thing as 23 times 1 per 100. That's why for whenever we have any number multiplied by 0.01, it will be the same thing as we divide the number by 100. Is it still confusing for any one of you, or is it still is it already clear enough? No? Yeah, for the last question at the question D, the correct answer it will be 24. Okay. Is there anyone else having any confusion? If you have any confusion still, please let me know so maybe I can try to re-explain it again. No? Okay. If you do not ask me anything, I hope this is already clear enough. I will continue to the question 4. We have to write the number in order from the smallest to the highest. Can anyone tell me what is the result when we reorder the number from the smallest? Yes, correct. The smallest one, it will be 10.09. After that, it will be 10.8. After that, it will be 10.9. And then the biggest one, it will be 10.98. Anyone have different answer, or maybe I make a typo and make you confused? You can tell me. No? Okay. If you have no confusion, no one asked me anything through the chat box. I hope all of you already understand. Thank you for those who already type it through the chat box. For the question B, we have the measurements. We have to reorder the number from the smallest to the highest. If you get confused, you can make all the units same first. If you have no confusion, later on you can directly reorder, correct the order. Thank you for those who already told me through the chat box. The smallest one, it will be 0.7 meter. After that, 77 centimeter. After that, 7 meter. And then the biggest one is 750 centimeter. If you are still getting confused, how do I get this number? It means you have to make all the unit into the same unit first. Like 7 meter, we have to make it into 700 centimeter. And then 0.7 meter, it will be equals to 70 centimeter. How come it be like that? Because 1 meter, it will be equals to 100 centimeter. So you need to multiply each number that is given in the meter unit by 100. So you will be getting the centimeter unit. Any question? No? Okay. If no question, I will move to the question 5. We have to put the sign less than or bigger than. For the question 5a, what sign is it? Is it less than or is it bigger than? For the very first one, yes, we put it as bigger than because a 6 is bigger than 5. If you get confused, as you know, we have to compare the number that is having the same place value. It starts with 3. After that, we continue with 6 and then the other number is continued by 5. 6 is bigger than 5. That's why we put bigger than. For the question B, is it bigger than or is it less than? Yes, correct. It will be lesser than. And then for the question C, is it bigger than or larger than? Yes, correct. It will be bigger than. Any confusion so far, or maybe my explanation is confusing? No? If no confusion, I will continue to the question 6. For the question 6, we have to put sign equal or unequal. For the question 6a, is it equal or is it unequal? Yes, it will be unequal. Anyone have any confusion? No? None of you ask me anything, so I hope it's already clear enough. For the question B, is it equal or is it unequal? Correct, it will be equal. For the question C, is it equal or is it unequal? Which one is it? For the question C, yes, it will be unequal. Any questions so far, or my explanation is too fast and you do not understand anything? I can repeat it again. No question? For sure? Okay. If you really have no question, I will continue to the next question. Before I move to the next question, maybe you can take a screenshot first or take any picture so I can directly move to the next slides. Already? Okay, I will move to the question 7. Okay. For the question 7, we have to round off the number to the given degree of accuracy. So the very first number is to the nearest 100, not to the nearest 10. Read the question properly. You have to round off the very first number to the nearest 100. So yes, the correct answer is supposed to be 6,700. If you write it as 6730, it means you round off the number to the nearest 10. But the question asks you to round off to the nearest 100. That's why the correct answer it will be 7700. Now continue to the question B. Round off the number to the nearest 10,000. Okay, thank you for those who already typed the answer to the chat box. It is correct. It will be 240,000. Good job. Okay, for the question C, what number it will be? Correct, it will be 8 million. Thank you so much. I hope all of you already understand with the material. Most of you already answered it correctly through the chat box. And then for the question D, we have to round off the number to the nearest whole number. Yes, correct. It will be 64. Thank you so much. For the question E, round off the number to the nearest one decimal place. Yes, correct. It will be 12.6. The last number in the question 7, round off the number to the nearest two decimal place. Yes, it will be 7.57. Any different answer maybe? Maybe I make a typo or anything, you can tell me. Because sometimes I make so many typo. Oh, you are confused with the question C. Okay. Now we have to round off the number to the nearest million. If million, before you round off, you have to know the place value first. This is 1, this is 10, 100. After 100, it will be 1000. After 1000, it will be 10,000. It will be 100,000. So we know the million, the number that is in the million place, it will be number 8. And then after 8, we have 2. Because the next to 8 is 2, it means the 8, it will be stay as it is. That's why we put it as 8 still. And then the other number, we put it as 0. Is it clear enough or is it too fast for you to understand? For those who ask me about the question C. Hello? Is it clear enough? Oh, okay then. Thank you for confirming. So I will continue to the question 8. Anyone else having any question before I continue? If you think my explanation is too fast or anything, you can always remind me by unmuting yourself or type it through the chat box. Slow down, teacher, or anything. No? Okay. If no question, I will move to the question 8. So this is there is a competition for throwing stuff. The first throw it will be 27.29 meter. For the second throw it will be 29.73 meter. Now we have to work out the sum. The sum it means the addition. Anyone maybe already done to find the sum? Sum means addition. So it means you have to add these two numbers. How many it will be if we add all of them? No, not 57.92. Maybe you need to recheck it again. I think there is a, I don't know, is it a typo or any silly mistake? Yeah, the correct answer it will be 57.02. Anyone have any confusion? Or maybe my explanation, if you need more explanation, you can tell me. So I will not only directly discuss the correct answer. No. For the question C, if difference, it means we have to do subtraction. The bigger number we subtract with the smaller number. How many it will be? Yes, correct. It will be 2.44 meter. Any questions so far, or maybe my explanation is too fast, or maybe I make any typo or anything, you can tell me. No? No question for sure? Okay. If you really have no question, please kindly take a screenshot so I can continue to the question 9. Okay, I'll move to the question 9. The question 9, we have a division in here. For the final answer, we have to make it correct to one decimal place. So it means we have to calculate until we get two decimal places. From the two decimal places, later on we run off into one decimal place. So yes, correct. The 9A, the answer it will be 13.7. Thank you for those already answer me through the chat box. Okay. If no question, I will move to the question B. 278 divided by 3. Yes, correct. It will be 92.7. Good job. Any question? If you maybe need other steps, you can tell me. For those who have different answer or get confusion, if you want me to show all the steps, you can ask me. No? Okay, none of you tell me anything. I hope it's already clear enough. I'll continue to the question 10. Give your answer correct to two decimal places. So you have to calculate until you get 3 decimal places. Your result of 3 decimal places, you round off into 2 decimal places. Yes, correct. The final answer for the question 10, A, it will be 1.41. Thank you for those who already typed it through the chat box. Continue to the question B. Anyone can tell me how many is 8.7 divided by 9? Yes, correct. It will be 0.97. Any different answer or any confusion? Especially for those who are not reply me through the chat box. Any confusion? No? Okay. If you have no confusion, I will continue to the question 11. Use the equivalent calculator to work out this number. So you have to calculate the number as normally and then okay, I think there is a silly mistake in here. Correct, the final answer supposed to be 0.624. But I think some of you are still wrong. This is the equivalent calculation times by 0.2 times by 0.2. It is the same thing as we multiply the number by 2 and then the result we divide it by 10. Or if you get confused, you can finish the division first. So you can solve the 3.12 divided by 10 and then the result you multiply it by 2. When we divide the number by 10, it means the number will be having more decimal places. So it will be 0.312 and then you times it by 2. That's why the correct answer it will be 0.624. Or if this is still too confusing for you, when it is a multiplication and you multiply the decimal number, the result for the final result, the number of decimal places, it will be equal to the sum of the decimal places from the numbers given. Like 3.12, there are 2 decimal places. This is 2 decimal places and then for 0.2 this is 1 decimal place. 2 decimal places and also 1 decimal place. In total it will be equals to 3 decimal places. That's why the final answer it will be given in 3 decimal places. Yeah, if you multiply the number with the decimal places, the decimal point will move to the left. If you divide the decimal number with another any number with another decimal number, the decimal places will go to the right. Any question or maybe my explanation is still confusing? If we multiply with decimal number, the decimal point will move to the left. If we divide the number with decimal places, the decimal point will move to the right. Okay, I hope there is no more any confusion. So I will continue to the question B. 23.5 times 0.06. What number it will be? Yes, correct. It will be 1.41. Good job. Continue to the question C. What number it will be? 72 times 0.4. How many it will be? Yes, it will be 28.8. If you have any confusion, feel free to tell me. If you ask the question using private message, I will try my best to not call your name. So please kindly tell me all of your queries. For the question D, we have 89 times 0.08. How many it will be? Yes, correct. It will be 7.12. Any questions so far or the explanation is not really clear enough? You can tell me so I can try to slow down and repeat everything. No one asked me anything. You can always ask me any question. No? Okay, then I will move to the question 12. We have 84 divided by 0.2. How many it will be? Correct. It will be 420. Because when we divide the number with any decimal number, the decimal point will move to the right. It means the result it will be bigger. Now we have 6.3 divided by 0.9. How many it will be? Okay, thank you for this already. Answer me through the chat box. For the question C, 72 divided by 0.08. Yes, it will be 900. Oops, sorry, typo. Question D, 3.5 divided by 0.05. How many it will be? Yes, it will be 70. Any question? If you have any, please kindly tell me. Do not keep being quiet. No? Okay. If you really have no question, let us move to the question 13. We have this kind of calculation. If we have bracket, subtraction, division, multiplication, remember the BITMAS rule. Oh, okay. Then later I will display all of the final answer, because if I go back to the previous slides, I don't think I will get back my previous annotation. In the end of after question 14, I have all of the answer. Later on, you can check it by yourself. Okay. Now for the question 13, we have this kind of calculation. You have to follow the BITMAS rule. Finish the bracket, after that you finish the indices, after that you finish the multiplication or division, after that you solve the addition or subtraction. Now we have this kind of bracket, so we have to simplify the bracket first. Correct, the first bracket it will be 21.31, and then after that for the second bracket 4 times 0.15, the answer it will be 0.6. So now you can calculate them. The final answer it will be equals to 35.52. Thank you for this already. Answer me through the chat box. Is there anyone having any confusion or get difficulties? You can tell me. Do not keep being quiet. I will not get mad if you ask me any question. Maybe my voice is loud, but I'm not mad. You can ask me any question. No? Okay. Feel free to ask me any question if you have any. Don't be scared of me to ask me any question. If you really have no question, I will move to the question 14. Now for the question 14, we have the word problem. For the word problem in here, you have to find the final answer. After that, you have to show all your working properly. Make sure it is neatly and also easier for anyone who read it. So maybe, okay, not, okay. Maybe if you not haven't done it yet, we can discuss it together. For the question 14, there is a fun fair ride, and then in here there are three types of rides. If one ride, it will be cost for $15. If two rides, is cost for $28. If three rides, is cost for $38. There are 18 customers who have one ride, 12 customers who have two rides, 5 customers who have three rides. So from this sentence, we can find it one by one. How much money will Jane receive from those who choose the one ride? Maybe from here, what do I have to do? If I just want to check the total cost for one ride, anyone can tell me? What do I have to do? If one ride, there are 18 customers that have one ride, and then one ride costs $15. So what do I have to do with this sentence? There are 18 customers that have one ride. One ride costs $15. So yes, we can make it as 18 times 15. We can do 18 times 15 first. It will be equals to 270, I think. Yeah, $270. Now if two rides, there are 12 customers that have two rides, and then for two rides it costs for $28. So in here, what do I have to do? Yes, we have to do 12 times 28. How many it will be 12 times 28? Is it 338? Oh, 336. Okay, thank you. Correct, it will be $336. And then the last one, we have 5 customers that using 3 rides. So now we do 5 times 38. It will be equals to $190. So later on for the total cost, for the total money, we just need to plus all of them. We plus the $270 with the $336 with the last one $190. How many it will be in total? Is it 796 or is there anyone who haven't done it yet? Yeah. Okay then. Okay, I will wait until you count. I think I get as 796. If you have different answer, maybe I make a wrong calculation or anything, you can tell me. Yeah, okay, thank you. It will be $796 in total. So now we already done the question 1, 2, 3. We already have the final answer. The final answer it will be the $796. And then the steps for the question 2 and 3, it means we have to show all the steps properly. So for this one, we already answered the question 2 and 3. This one is the steps for the question 2 and 3. This is will be answering the question 2 and also question 3. Now for the question 4, we need to use the inverse operation or use the estimation. Okay, be back soon. If use the estimation in here, I will just use the estimation because I think estimation is easier. So now for each number in here, I have to run off when we have to use the estimation. So in here, this is the checking steps. Now for the 18, because this is a number is given in the 100, we need to run off become 20. 15, I will keep it as 15. The 12, I will run off become 10. The 28, I will run off into 30. The 28, I will run off into 30. And then the 5, I will keep it as 5. The 38, I will change it. I will run off into 40. So now when I already have this number, I can try to calculate. 20 times 15, it will be equals to 300. 30 times 10, it will be equals to 300. And then the last number 5 times 40, it will be equals to 200. So it will be about 800 for the estimation, and our final answer is 796. So it means our answer is probably already correct. Any questions so far? Or maybe my explanation is confusing for you to understand. I can repeat it again if you think my explanation is confusing. No? If you think you have no question, I think that's all for today's class. You can leave my class. But if you still have any question, you can stay and ask me any question. Anyone have any question? No? Okay. Okay, I think that's all for today's class then. Good morning and thank you, students. Have a nice day, everyone. Okay, which number do you want to see, Ethan? Oh, sorry. Which number do you want to see? This is all of my answer. You can check it. Which one do you want to check? Only the final answer. I already write it from the very first to the very last one. Later on, I will be sharing the PowerPoint through the Google Classroom, so you can do a double checking. Any question? No? How about the others? Is there anyone else having any question? For those who are still staying in the class?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. If you have no question, you can leave my class and get ready for the next class. So you will not be late
Thank
for
you,
the next
teacher.
class. Okay, you're welcome. Gerald, Sharon, Jason, Brian, do you still have any question that you want to clarify? You can ask me if you have any question that you want to clarify. No? Okay. If no question, I will leave the class, yeah? Bye-bye. Have a nice day, everyone.